What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys, with Let's Get Into the Blogs. This is going to be number 136 or 37. I'm not quite sure which number it is just yet. But in the title, it will be correct, whichever one it is in the title. This is going to be the hot topics for the week. It's 137. So these are going to be the hot topics for the week of April. No, it's not April. It's May 10th. May 10th through May 16th, you guys. What an eventful week this has been. So before we go ahead and get into it, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel, and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor. Stop taking me out on this date and then having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, you guys, and sharing the video. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's go ahead and discuss what is hot and what is trending this week, shall we? All right, you guys. So I guess we're going to have to start up with the biggest. Well, here's the thing. There's not a lot of stories this week, but then there are a lot of stories this week. But you guys know the biggest story is Diddy's trial. So it officially kicked off this week in New York. Now, I do have one question, because I saw somebody was there and I saw people recording her. What was Jaguar Wright doing at the trial? I'm like, girl, you got so much stuff that you need to worry about, but hey, she was there nonetheless, right? What I will say about this case, so we know that they're going after him for racketeering and I believe sex trafficking, if I'm correct, right? Listening to the people on the stand, I was just like, oh my God. And them recounting everything, it's atrocious, it's disgusting, it's deplorable. Also want to say this, right? I don't kink shame. And, you know, there's a lot that you guys don't know about me. And especially when it comes to that side of me, right? Because there are a lot of, you know, because I'm free spirited. There are things that, you know, that I will do, won't do. And the one thing that I will say is listening to Cassie tell her story, right? I feel bad for her in the respects that she was a young girl, got with this old man, and, you know, she did things, you know, all under, I'll say, you know, under the gaze of advancing her career and things of that nature, right? And so I'm not going to shame her for anything that she did. Absolutely not. But, the things that I heard were just like, wow. Some of the things were just really out there. And I was like, oh God. Now, I know I believe it was Monday, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I know that Monday there was a escort that took the stand, right? He talked about, you know, being with Cassie and Diddy and how Diddy, you know, Cassie and him would do their thing. He would be, you know, watching, pleasuring himself. Then he even talked about urination. I said, ew. When he said urinating in her mouth, I said, oh my God, oh my God. God, I almost threw up. I almost started reading this shit, right? Then we get to Cassie getting on the stand. Hugging on the stand. Now, when it comes to the escorts and everything, she says that she's the one that hired them so that it didn't track back to Diddy. She talked about the abuse that she endured from him from the video that we saw. She talked about her 29th birthday, how he wanted to go do a freak off, but it was her 30th birthday, I believe. And he wanted to do a freak off, but she wanted to have fun. And she went to the club, but the whole time he kept grabbing her thigh. I'm like, ew, you are so nasty. Like, this is this is so disgusting. The more that I read it, right? She even talked about how long the freak-offs would last. The freak-offs would last anywhere from 36 to 48 hours. When do y'all niggas have time to eat? Then she said the longest one was 4 days. I said, 4 days? My God, today. How? What the fuck? So that means y'all literally, like, oh my God, no, like, I could not, hell no. A day is too much. A day is way too much. The longest I've ever had a session, 5 hours, and it wasn't like back to back. It was just like you take breaks in between. But my God, today, 36 to 48 hours, and the longest being 4 days. That's disgusting. I also did read that Aubrey and Dawn are supposed to take the stand. Now I don't know if they have taken the stand or not, but yeah, I know that they're supposed to take the stand. I'm curious to hear what they'll say, if they'll corroborate what Cassie says, and I'm really curious to know if when Aubrey take the stand, like what will she say? Because you guys know for years Aubrey has stayed on Diddy's ass and she's not let up. So I'm really curious to see what Aubrey would have to say. And it's very interesting to me, not interesting, but I know why they put Cassie on the stand as of right now, because the girl is 8.5 months pregnant. So I know why they put her on the stand at this particular time, because it's supposed to be an 8 week. This is 8 weeks of court. With her being 8.5 months pregnant, yeah, you don't want to have. I mean, it's bad enough that the woman's 8.5 months pregnant. Bad enough that she's almost due. But damn. Then I was reading where she was talking about the fact that she had a UTI, right? And she would take medications for the infection, but the medication wouldn't clear it up, and they were still having these freak offs during that time. I was like, ugh, that is so nasty. That is disgusting to me, dude. Like, that is so fucking nasty. That's mind blowing. This man is disgusting. I know she also said that there would be times where she would be with the escort, but there were also times that she would be I guess the escort would be missionary dogging, and Diddy would come in front of her and insert his member into her mouth. I'm like, oh, I mean, and here's the thing. I don't have a problem with people who are into orgies, threesomes, because I mean, I don't have a problem with it, right? But it's when you do stuff and people, like, because she did say, she did imply, I don't even want to know if I want to say imply, but she did say that there was, alcohol and drugs involved. I'm sorry, but how can you sleep with somebody under the influence? Like, I've never found that attractive, right? Never been something that I was ever into, somebody being under the influence. Like, I've never been, it's not enjoyable. That is not enjoyable. And, not to get too deep into my business, but I do, there was somebody that I was cool with at one point, and had to, I was, I'm not gonna get personal, but they would do certain things, and I'm like, I don't do, and they would ask me, I'm like, no, never will I do that. And I was like, and I don't like when you do it, because no, it's not a turn on, it's a turn off. It's a turn off. Oh God. Oh God, this is the more that I was reading this stuff and my stomach was turning, because it was like, what are we doing? Like, what the fuck, man? When I tell you guys my stomach turned, oh God, it's turning right now. It's turning right now, because this is disgusting. This is disgusting. Urine, blood, all that kind of stuff. What do you, oh my God. Dude, he's a nasty son of a bitch. He really is. He's a nasty motherfucker. So, I know a lot of people were talking about why were his kids in court, right? Now, here's the thing. Do I feel like those girls should be there? Hell no. Those girls should never, I don't think those girls should be privy to any of the illicit acts that their father is alleged of doing, right? I don't agree with the girls being there. His mama, fine. Let her old ass beat her, right? If she want to beat her, right? Those boys. When it comes to the boys, and I want to say this, I know Misa, I saw Misa was there too. With the boys, oh, do I want to say this? I'm going to keep it to myself. I'm going to keep it to myself what I was thinking. But I don't think that the girls should be there. The boys are different. The boys are. I just feel like it's different with the boys than with the girls. And I don't. Again, I don't want to say why I think it's different. But if you guys kind of catch my drift, here's the thing, because you guys will remember, Justin, when they raided the house, I think it was in Miami, right? When did Justin that was there, or was it Christian? Which one was at the house, y'all? I can't remember. Was it Justin that was at the house? Or was it Christian? I think it was Christian, right? I think it was Christian that was at the house. I believe it was Christian that was at the house with him. Because y'all remember, I'm thinking it's Christian, you guys. And if I'm wrong, definitely correct me in the comment section. And you guys remember, somebody was coming at him. And I know that this was Christian that they were coming at. So maybe, here's what I was going to say. And I can say it this way, because the way that I was thinking about saying it a few minutes ago was going to be bad. With the boys, I wonder if maybe they saw some things, right? It's not outside of the realm that maybe they saw something with their dad. The girls, I feel like he would protect and try to shield the girls from any of the illicit, nefarious acts that he was into. But with the boys, since, because most men, I'm going to bring up somebody that has done it, right? That creep Boosie. Remember, he hired an ex-worker to sleep with his son and his nephew, right? So that way they wouldn't be gay. And most men, not all men, but there are some men who feel comfortable, showing their boys, oh, you go smash that hoe, go do this with that hoe, go do that. Like, they look at women as objects of sexual desire, right? So that's what I'm saying. It wouldn't surprise me, but with the girls, I definitely don't feel like them girls know anything, and they're young kids as well. But the boys, I'm okay with the boys being in the courtroom, not the girls. It's just something about the girls that it don't sit right with me. It don't sit right with me. But yeah, you guys, y'all tell me what you. When I tell y'all, I am beyond disgusted by this whole shit, and what I will also say is I don't want to continue to see it on my timeline, because it's just, I see the transcripts, I see everything, I see people talking about it, oh God, it's a no for me, y'all. It's a resounding, absolute fuck no, hell no. Stop, oh God. Let's move on, you guys, because I just can't keep sitting here talking about that. Let's pause here and move forward. All right, you guys. So next up, now this is going to be a whole lot of legal stuff that we talk. Well, this first half of the video is pretty much legal stuff, right? So the next story that we'll talk about is, let's get this little nigga out the way. Tory fucking Lanez. Let's get Tory Lanez out the way. Now, we found out this week, I believe it was like Monday or Tuesday, that Tory Lanez had been stabbed in prison. And you guys remember, he's in prison. Now, I do want, because people keep coming at Megan Thee Stallion. Y'all know Megan didn't put him in prison. He was convicted by a jury of his peers, number one. Number two, Megan didn't press charges against him. That's number two. So for y'all to still be pissed off at Meg, she didn't do anything to him. She didn't convict him. She didn't press charges against him. It was the state of California that pressed charges against the man, right? Keep that in mind. But Tory was stabbed. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it didn't happen this week. It happened last week. He was stabbed 14 times, which is a lot, and he survived. Yikes. Whoever, and I think they've caught the person who stabbed him. That's a lot of times. 14 times. That person really wanted to take him out. Like, that person really wanted to take him out. And then it says here, the person who stabbed him is who is serving a life sentence in prison for murder. The man accused of stabbing Tory Lanez has been identified as Santino Casio, who is serving a life sentence from murder. Lanez was stabbed 14 times on Monday, May 12th. His team confirmed in the statement shared on Instagram. He was allegedly attacked by CASIO at a housing unit in the California Correctional Institution in, I cannot pronounce that, at 7:20 a.m. local time. The staff immediately responded, activated 911, and began medical aid. Lanez, whose real name is Desar Peterson, was rushed to a nearby hospital. The person who stabbed him was put in restricted housing pending an investigation. So it says Tory suffered stab wounds, including 7 in his back, 4 in his torso, 2 in the back of his head, and 1 on the left side of his face, according to Monday's statement on his Instagram feed. His lungs had collapsed and he was placed on a breathing apparatus. However, at the time the statement was released, he was breathing on his own. Despite being in pain, he is talking normally, in good spirits, and deeply thankful to God that he is pulling through. The message continued, adding that Lanez was grateful for fans' continued prayers and support. 14 times. He is lucky to be alive. I will say that. I may not like the man, but he's absolutely lucky to be alive. That's crazy. That is crazy. You know, I wonder what happened. I wonder what happened with him and this man. Like, was there an altercation with them? Or did the man just, you know, I know people might try to be like, oh, well, he could, you know, I'm not even going to say that because it's far-fetched. It's far-fetched. But I know people will try to go with that route. But I just wonder what happened. But prayers up to him nonetheless. Even though I'm not a big fan of him, prayers up to him nonetheless. Now it says that Megan Thee Stallion fans are donating to Tory Lanez stabbing suspect in question mark. That was where I was going to go a few minutes ago. And it's just interesting that I saw that. It's interesting that I saw that because I was going to sit there and say, I wonder if people are going to try to say, oh, well, maybe he's a Meg fan trying to get exact revenge or something like that, right? Which would be stupid, but whatever. But he's, you know, he's fine. We're going to send up a prayer for him that he makes a speedy recovery. That's all I'm going to say. Do I care for the man? Absolutely not. So since we're speaking on Tory, let's continue on with this story about Tory. Now, remember, Tory is in prison for 10 years for the case that came against him for him. You guys remember this. Remember, I'm going to say it one more time. Megan did not send him to prison. He was convicted by a jury of his peers. Megan did not press charges against Tory. So, she did not do anything. Did Megan lie? Yes. We know that. We know that Megan lied. That's fine. But something's come forward this week that, which with this case, I just don't think, it's just so much with this case, and I honestly wish it would just go the hell away. So this week, it comes out that, and I'm going to say allegedly because I'm questioning this person who is now saying that Tory never had possession of the gun, he didn't shoot the gun, that it was Kelsey. Like, I don't know where this person was, because if this is a credible witness, then why didn't this person take the stand during his trial? And when was he convicted? Like, Tory was convicted, what now, a year or two ago at this point? Because this happened in 2020. This happened in 2020, and it's been some time now. I'm trying to remember when was he convicted? So here it is. He was convicted in 2022. December 23rd, 2022. So almost 2 years, over 2 years has passed, right? Because last year was, 22, to 23, 24. We're almost 3 years in. So I'm just very confused as to where this person is coming from. I'm so confused. I'm very confused about this. Like, this is very confusing to me. That this person is now coming out and saying it was Kelsey and not Tory. But again, he went through a whole trial Did his legal team not vet this person to this? And I think it's a bodyguard of his or Megan, somebody's bodyguard. But again, I'm just asking a question: why did this person not go to trial and testify to this? I'm confused about that. I really truly am. What does this mean for this case? I have no idea. Are they going to reopen it? Are they going to appeal this? Like, again, 2 years has passed. 2 years has passed, but hey, do whatever you want to do. Tell me how y'all feel about that. I don't have much feelings about it. I really don't. But yeah, definitely tell me what you guys think and feel. And speaking of Tory Lanez, so somebody that said free Tory Lanez on social media the other day was Chris Brown. And Chris Brown should have kept that to himself. Chris Brown could have kept that to himself. Because now Chris is in jail. I said, go figure. Go figure. A nigga that can't keep his hands to his damn self is back in fucking jail. Once again. Now, you may ask yourself, well, why is he in prison again? I mean, not prison, but why is he in jail? Well, Chris is in jail for hitting someone over the head with a bottle. I was like, damn. And it literally happened the day after he posted that free Tory, right? This comes to us from people. It says Chris Brown hit the producer several times with a bottle. UK court hears as he's denied bail in two serious grievous bodily harm cases. Chris Brown, he appeared at Manchester Magistrates Court in the north of England on Friday, May 16th, after being taken into custody in the early hours of the morning the day prior, following an alleged assault in 2023. He was arrested at the five-star Lowry Hotel in Salford per the Manchester Evening News. The arrest came after Brown was sued by producer Abe Diaw in November 23 over an alleged assault that took place at Tape nightclub in London in February of that year. Like, you talking about free Tory, you should have been worried about freeing yourself. Because you got, like I said, you got arrested for clocking a motherfucker over the head with a bottle. But okay, whatever. Whatever. But I think that's hilarious to me. I really do. I think it's hilarious that you said free Tory Lanez and then you get wrapped up by the cops. Oh God. So I think he's doing court on June 11th, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what I read, that Chris is doing court on July 11th, which coincidentally, y'all know he's going on tour, right? And that's around the time that his tour starts. So it looks like he's going to be missing the first two shows of his tour. He's going to have to push them back because bruh man going to be dealing with what? A court case. So yeah, good luck to you, Chris. I'm being facetious, y'all. I truly am being facetious. Good luck to Tory. Good luck to Chris. Hell, good luck to Diddy. Hopefully y'all get what y'all deserve. That's all I gotta say. If you like any of those three, you just like them. And that's all we gotta say. Pause and care. Moving forward, you guys. All right, you guys. So again, like I said, the first half of this shit is gonna be legal stuff. Now, this was something that wasn't really on my bingo cards this week, but Halle Bailey. She was granted temporary physical and legal custody of her son Halo after she says this is alleged that DDG abused her. Now I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I don't really know who DDG is like that. I know he's a streamer, but I'm not really into watching streams, so whatever, right? But like I said, Halle has been granted temporary legal and physical custody of their son Halo, right? So let's see. It says here, according to court documents obtained by People, Halle was granted sole legal and physical custody of her 16-month-old son Halo Saint. Uh, she requested sole custody of the toddler after she alleged the 27-year-old rapper. DDG is a rapper, y'all. What song he got? And I'm not being funny. I'm asking a legit question. What song he got? But his rapper, whose real name is Daryl Dwayne Granberry Jr. Um, oh, that's what DDG stands for. Okay, those are his initials. Child, go figure. It says he abused her physically and emotionally. The temporary restraining order, which orders the Twitch star to remain over 100 yards away from a Bailey and Halo at all times. It expires on the court hearing scheduled for June 4th, 2025. Halo is such a cutie. It says Bailey also asked the judge to order her ex-boyfriend not to be allowed visitation with his son. However, she requested that DDG be given supervised visits with a professional company once a week for 6 hours while Halo is in Los Angeles. Additionally, she is asking the court to prevent DDG from taking her son outside of the county of Los Angeles. She has also requested an order to prevent child abduction, saying DDG has a history of abusing her, taking away or hiding Halo from her, threatening to take away or hide Halo from her, and not cooperating with her in parenting. She also asked the judge to order DDG not to travel with Halo without her written permission and to turn in or not apply for passports or other important documents for their son. If he does travel with Halo with her permission, she is asking the judge to order that DDG provide his travel schedule, copies of round-trip airline tickets, addresses, and phone numbers where they can be reached, and an open airline ticket for her if Halo is not returned. Bailey details several alleged examples of abuse, ending her statement by saying that she's done everything possible to avoid going to court. Quote, I realize that there is no placating Daryl. I cannot allow this abuse any longer. I cannot keep living like this, she says. I never know when he is going to demand our son to be in his mother's care and whether I will be subjected to his threats and abuse, end quote. Yeah, that's really it, you guys. Now, she did detail some of the abuse with him and her. I'm not going to go into detail about it. If you guys want to look it up, definitely feel free to look it up. You know what I will say is so fucking interesting to me? The one thing that I will say that's interesting. This week is shown me how much people choose to always believe a man over a woman. And it just shows how, even when it comes to women, how women are so fucking male identified, pick-me's. It also shows with men how men don't really care for women or like women. They just like to be able to have access to women and sleep with women, right? Because because people are defending, talking shit about Cassie. People are still talking about Megan, and then people are talking about Hallie. And it's like, but they're telling you guys what happened to them. And y'all still choose to be on the man's side, which is ridiculous to me. And it's ridiculous, it's asinine, and whatever. But that's it, you guys, I think that's it for the legal stuff, you guys. Because I didn't take a picture of what I intended to talk about before I started recording this video. But I think that was it. We talked about Tory, we talked about Chris Brown, we talked about Diddy, we talked about, let me start over. Diddy, Tory, Chris, Hallie, and DDG. What else was there to talk about this week? We'll pause here, you guys, and I'm going to take a look and see what I have to say, and then we'll pick up. So let's pause here and let's move. All right, you guys. So yeah, we pretty much hit everything that I wanted to talk about in my notes. Well, my list of things to talk about, stories to talk about. So now we can have a little bit of fun with this video. Maybe I should have put this first, but whatever. So yeah, we're gonna talk about some TV shows and movies that are coming up, and we're gonna then get into a little bit of drama. But first show that I want to talk about. Now, congratulations to Mara Brock Akil. I know she has a new show on Netflix called Forever. I have not watched Forever yet. I do intend to watch it at some point. How many episodes are in the first season? But congratulations to them because they got renewed for a second season. And it's only been out for, what, a week at this point? So congratulations to Mara Brock Akil. I'm so happy for her. Speaking of Mara Brock Akil, she was on one of the daytime talk shows. It could have been Jennifer or it could have been Sherry, but I'm thinking it was Sherry. If I'm right about that, y'all can leave it in the comments. I think I'm right that it was Sherry. So she was on Sherry and she was talking about a Girlfriends movie. And she was talking about how she will need 50 million dollars to make the movie. And I was like, that's a lot of fucking money. And I know a lot of people are like, well, why don't she go and talk to Tyler Perry? Here's the thing with Tyler Perry. I get where y'all coming from. They can film on his sound stage. They can film on that. No, they can film on that lot, right? They can film somewhere on Tyler Perry on his production company, right? His lot, his that area that he bought, right? Speaking of which, I just saw this plantation house burned down in Louisiana, and people were taking pictures of people were taking pictures of that bitch. I was hollering. Neither here nor there. But yeah, she said she needs $50 million to make the movie. Are y'all here for a Girlfriends movie? Because I really truly am. Because Girlfriends, the way that it ended, it didn't end well for me. I needed to see what happened with Joan and old boy that she was engaged to, who was in the army. But I needed that. Maya and Darnell were pregnant. So were Maya and Darnell were pregnant, right? If I'm not mistaken. Maya and Darnell were pregnant. So were William and William and Monica, who I could not stand. We know that we didn't have Tony, and I forgot what Lynn's story. I forgot what we ended with Lynn. I need to go back and watch that at some point. I need to go back and rewatch Girlfriends because I know it comes on TV. But yeah, I would be here for a Girlfriends movie. Let me know what you guys think about it. But again, like I said, congratulations to her for the renewal of Forever. Then let's talk about Tyler Perry real quick, y'all. Let's talk about Tyler. So, you guys know that Medea's Destination Wedding is coming out on July 11th. I will be watching that. Love me some Medea. It's always going to be Medea for me, right? So we will watch Medea. I will potentially review Medea's movie. I think I want to review it. We'll see. The only thing about that movie is it comes out on Friday, July 11th. You guys know my birthday is the 16th. Then on top of my birthday being the 16th, that weekend, Beyonce is going to be in Atlanta. And my best friend and I, we're going to Atlanta to see Beyonce. So, excuse me, y'all. So y'all won't see it on Friday. Y'all probably won't see it on Saturday because we'll be traveling because we're driving. We're driving from Dallas to Atlanta, Georgia. That is about 11, 12, 13 hours. So we're going to split it up. She going to drive sometime. I'm going to drive the other time, right? We're going to split it up. By the time I get back to Texas, I kid you not, I'm probably going to be laid out on either this couch or in my bed. We going to be laid the fuck out somewhere. So yeah, y'all probably won't get it to the following. Oh God, y'all don't know when y'all going to get it because again, remember, July 11th is when it comes out. That's a Friday. My birthday is July 16th, and I think my birthday falls on a Thursday this year. It's either Thursday or Wednesday. What day was my birthday last year? My birthday was a Tuesday. Was it my birthday? Was my birthday? My birthday was a Tuesday last year, so my birthday's gonna be on a Wednesday this year. Yep, my birthday's on Wednesday. So, yeah. Also, I know people asked when I was on with Shade in the City and Really B this past weekend when we did Beyond the Gates. Speaking of Beyond the Gates, you guys, I am doing Beyond the Gates this week. It's going to be solo because Really B is on a staycation this week. So it's just going to be me this week. But when we come back next week, it'll be on my channel. I'll host it and we'll talk about because I don't know if Really B is gonna talk. She did mention that she would do her own solo review, but I may just suggest to her that when she does come back, we can just do like what we did the last time when she missed the whole week, where we can just come back, discuss this week right here that we just wrapped up with, and then the week that we're gonna get going starting Monday. So yeah, that may be what I'll text her sometime tonight. I'll text her tonight, maybe. I'll text her sometime during the weekend. But yeah, what was I talking about? Tyler Perry. Y'all know I get off on tangents, right? We're talking about Tyler, right? We aren't talking about Tyler. Yeah, y'all asked about, that's what I was going. I was like, how did I get on Beyond the Gates and Really Be? I was so confused, like, how did I get on that? But I was saying it because y'all asked, would any of us be reviewing Divorced Sisters? So Divorced Sisters, if I'm not mistaken, that premieres on June 10th. I think that's what I saw. Now with Divorced Sisters, you guys, I'll give it one episode. And the real reason why I'm giving it a shot, and I don't want to say I'm giving it a shot, is because I love LaToya Luckett. And I want to see Kadeem. That's it. But as far as reviewing Divorced Sisters, first of all, the title is stupid as hell. It's dumb. Divorced Sisters. But I mean, okay, hey, whatever. That's Tyler's show. We ain't gonna talk too much shit about it. But yeah, I may watch it. I don't know. Then also, Tyler got another movie that's coming out, and I don't know the name of the movie. I know it's starring Tiana Taylor. Sherry Shepherd is in the movie, as well as Taraji P. Henson. I don't 100% know the name of the movie. If y'all know, y'all ain't got to tell me, because I'm actually about to Google it. Okay, so the name of the movie is Straw. It's a thriller? Okay, I mean, the trailer didn't really give me thriller. The trailer gave me a modern spin, a new spin on TT's story from Set It Off. I need that money. That's kind of what it gave to me. It kind of gave me a reimagined version of TT's story on Set It Off. If you guys have never saw Set It Off, go watch it. It's a good movie. I love that movie down. Because it just, again, like I said, it just kind of reminded me of TT a little bit. Y'all remember, TT, I need that money. Because remember, her son, in the movie, her son got into the cleaning stuff and, ingested the cleaning product, right? And so, Anna, what is her name? I know her best from D on the Wayans Brothers. I know her from playing Craig's mama on Friday. I can't think of her name right now. Damn. Is it Anna Maria? Is that her name? Is her name Anna Maria? Yes, Anna Maria. Y'all remember her character came and took TT baby and put him in the system. So that was why TT started robbing the bank with them so that she could have the money for her court case, right? Poor TT. The way TT went out, oh my God, the way that TT went out in that movie, because she really was about to give up, and then that cop, pop. Ah! The way she fell out. Oh shit, the way she fell out. I'm sorry. The way she fell out, bitch, I'm sorry, but I always laugh at that scene. It's not funny, but it's the way that which I know it had to hurt. But the way when he shot her and how she screamed, I said, damn. Again, it ain't funny. It ain't funny. I know it's not funny, but it is funny to me. It's funny to me. But yeah, it kind of gives TT to me. Because from what I saw in the trailer, now I don't know if she was robbing the bank, but I know she had a gun on her. So because again, the trailer didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Because the name of the movie don't make a lot of sense. Oh, Straw. It's her last straw. Got it. But, Yeah, I see her at the bank. It looked like she had a check trying to cash the check, but then she had the gun asking them for the money because she's trying to get money for her daughter who needs her medication, right? Okay, they filmed that movie in 4 days. Y'all get what y'all get. Where's it gonna premiere at? Is it gonna be on Netflix or is it gonna be on what's the name of it? Amazon. Where's it gonna be at, you guys? Like, I really don't know. I really don't know. Oh, it's a Netflix movie. It's a Netflix movie. Oh, it premieres June 6th. Y'all watching? Let me know in the comment section. Am I watching it? I don't know. I truly don't know. I truly don't know. Here's the thing. Y'all know I rocks with Tyler. I support Tyler. It's just his. Ugh. I can do his movies better than I can do his TV shows, and slightly, right? Because with the TV shows, it goes, right? The movie is one and done. It ain't, well, except for why did I get married and why did I get married to, and what is another movie that he did that had a sequel to it? What other movies does he have that had sequels? I think that's not it. That's not it. Don't tell me because I don't really care. I'm just thinking out loud. So y'all ain't gotta be like, it's this and this and this and that. It's this and this. I don't care, y'all. I really don't care. I truly don't. But yeah, y'all watching? Let me know. Let me know if y'all are watching Divorced Sisters. Let me know if y'all are watching Straw. And let me know if y'all are watching Medea's Destination Wedding. Is that what it's called? Yeah. And then the last show that I saw this week that they announced was this show called All's Fair. Now this show stars Glenn Close, Tiana Taylor, Sarah Paulson. Who else? Niecy Nash Betts. And the top of the board is Kim Kardashian West. Well, Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian. I was a little confused when I saw Kim, but hey, then I saw who's producing it. It's a Ryan Murphy production. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Because you guys remember, Kim was in the last season of American Horror Story, playing herself. And when I say playing herself, I didn't see anybody else but Kim. I'm sorry, but I saw nobody else but Kim. I saw Kim because that character gave Kim, not in the way that she was written, but in the way that she acted. She just acted like herself. And that's really all we got. So let me know what you guys feel about all those things that I talked about. And we will go on ahead and move on to the last story, you guys, shall we? I've been talking for a minute. So, the last story. I don't want to spend too much time on this last story, but this last story, and I really honestly didn't even intend to watch this shit. Somehow I was sitting on the couch the other day, right? And I got the which I don't know how I got a notification because I'm not subscribed to Nene's channel, but somehow I got a notification that Nene's video was premiering. Again, YouTube has been doing this thing here lately where they will suggest stuff to you. Because on my other channel that I got, I was looking at my phone yesterday and I got on this phone that I'm recording on, more specifically, I got a suggestion about a video of Nene and Charles. They got a YouTube channel, I guess. I was like, huh? Bitch, I ain't never watched, especially on my other channel, bitch, I ain't never watched nothing related to Nene and Charles. So why would y'all suggest Nene and Charles to me? So I think it suggested Nene's show to me. And so Nene had a guest on her show. And I was like, okay, who's the guest? None other than Tamar Braxton. I said, oh, fuck. Tamar. Y'all know I take Tamar in the smallest of doses, right? So Tamar was on the show, and I didn't watch the whole interview. I just watched like the last few minutes of the interview, like maybe like the last 10 or 15 minutes of the interview. And what I will say is, Tamar, you are still playing the perpetual victim in this whole situation, right? Now, if Lonnie Love clapped back at your ass about that wig that was sitting too far back and them baby hairs that looked horrible, if Lonnie Love clapped back at you saying Janice with the bad wig and the bad edges, you would be crying victim saying, I don't bother nobody. I'm trying to heal. No, you're not, Tamar, because you kept referring to Lonnie as Big Black Cadillac. Why? I don't know. Why you're still talking about the real, that show ended in what, 2020, 2021, somewhere around that time? Move on with your life, Tamar. Move on with your life. Lonnie is doing very well for herself over there on E, hosting and doing all this stuff. What are you doing? Nothing. Then you talk about Candy. I was like, oh my God. And then it's Candy. Oh God, that's what gets on my nerves with Nene too. Like, what is your beef with Candy? I get it. It's jealousy. I really truly do get that it's jealousy with Nene, but they got on my nerves. The two things that annoyed me with that interview was the ending of it. The Big Black Cadillac. Like, Tamar, you talking about big black Cadillac. Like the people have said, what was Vince when you were sleeping with him and created Logan? Vince was a fat ass son of a bitch, right? Vince was a big black Cadillac. You let a big black Cadillac lay on top of you and get you pregnant. But you know, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Tamar, sit down and shut up and get a life. Like, girl, get a fucking life. Because Tamar is just so insufferable to me. But that's it, you guys. I don't have anything else to talk about. And yeah, that's it. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section. You guys subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next video, you guys. We do this every single week. I had to remember what video I was recording. We do this every single week, same time, same place, same channel. Now, this week, I honestly don't know when you guys are going to get this video. I don't know. Child, I don't know, because this week it's been an eventful week for me. It's been a very eventful week. But hey, I'll catch you guys later.